A new poll from the Economist and YouGov really destroys a talking point that's been around for months. It's a talking point that I have repeated countless times. But a new poll shows that we were all wrong. This new poll shows that the Republicans who believe that the 2020 election was stolen are actually saying they're more likely to vote in next year's midterms than average Republicans who do not believe the election was stolen. Now, for months, reports have been coming out from GOP insiders, analysts, strategists, pundits, everybody, talking about the fact that behind the scenes, the Republican Party is split because they're exceptionally worried that Donald Trump's nonstop lies about election fraud that didn't happen is going to depress the Republican turnout in the midterms. And those fears were well-founded because we did see that happen earlier this year in the Georgia runoff election. So it happened. We've also seen on social media, specifically on conservative social media sites, these Republicans saying, I'm not going to vote because the system can't be trusted. I'm sitting out. I'm staying home. But apparently, those were just a few outliers. Same thing with Georgia. That election was likely, now we can see, an outlier. We didn't have much to compare it to at the time, so it seemed like that's what would happen, and that's why everybody freaked out on the Republican side. But after Tuesday's elections, and seeing these new polls, it's clear that even though they believe they cannot trust the election process, even though they think 2020 was stolen, they're still more likely to vote than the Republicans as a whole. Here's the numbers. Very likely to vote in 2022. Total who are registered, 71%. So that's everybody, 71%. Registered Democrats say they're 75% likely to vote. Independents say they're only 64% likely to vote. Registered Republicans, 77% likely to vote. Registered Republicans who distrust the 2020 election results, 82% likely to vote. So that's 5% more than just Republicans as a whole. So distrust, according to this poll, in the 2020 election makes somebody more likely to vote in 2022, which again blows up that talking point that Donald Trump is depressing Republican turnout. Now, the implications of this are huge. Of course, we already see those Republican numbers way higher than the Democratic numbers. Well, 2 points higher as a whole. The independent numbers, 64%, that's terrifying. If moderates, independents, actual swing voters do not show up, Democrats are screwed in 2022. No other way around it. It's going to happen. But this poll gives Republicans essentially a green light to go out there and continue spreading election lies. Now that they see, based on these numbers, that it's not likely to hurt them, more Republicans may embrace it. More Republican-controlled states may say, you know what, screw it, let's do a ballot on it. Let's appease Trump. Let's bring those people in. Let's show him that we're with him. And that's the terrifying part. This poll gives Republicans permission to keep lying, and I guarantee you they're going to do that with a quickness that we have never seen.